The movie begins in the Chinese countryside, where luxury cars drive along the road and arrive in front of a mysterious factory. This factory produces snake soldiers. The factory owner steps out of his car, accompanied by a group of investors, and they all enter the factory. They then descend into a large underground cave, where the factory manager greets them and tells the owner that the new drugs they give the snakes to boost production are working perfectly. Here, we learn an important detail. These drugs are used to shrink the snakes to 1/10 of their size, allowing the factory to make more profit. The bigger the snakes normally get, the bigger their profit potential. The factory owner takes the guests on a tour inside the cave to show them the snakes, but they're shocked to find that none of the snakes are in their wooden pens. The manager searches nervously but can't find them, while the snakes are actually hiding in the shadows, silently watching the humans, detecting their presence through body heat. Suddenly, the owner notices a sticky liquid dripping onto her from above. She looks up in horror and sees a massive snake hovering over her head. People around her panic as well. In less than a second, the giant snake swallows someone whole, and the other snakes immediately start attacking, biting people on the necks. Meanwhile, the giant snake continues devouring its victims one by one. Amid the chaos, the factory manager seizes the chance to escape. He runs out of the cave, but the giant snake pursues him. He reaches the top of a high hill and freezes, unsure what to do. From the trees, the giant snake appears again. From its vantage point, it spots several buildings, including a school, and focuses on it, knowing it will contain many people, meaning plenty of food. At the school, the main activity is training flight attendants, so not just any girls are selected. The students are trained in the art of in-flight hospitality, and how to maintain their appearance. Meanwhile, the snakes that escaped the factory begin sneaking into the school. The giant snake swallows several students at once before finishing its meal inside the school. Inside, a student named Moana opens her locker and is shocked to find a snake inside. She screams and runs, but freezes against the wall as snakes surround her from every direction. Her scream is heard by a security guard named Shook, who rushes inside to help. He fights off the snakes and carries Moana to safety. Then he reports the situation over the radio to the head of school security and runs to the school's broadcast room to warn the students over the microphone about the snake attack. At the same time, the school principal is hosting visiting education officials to discuss the graduation ceremony. They all hear the warning over the speakers, causing panic. The principal tries to calm everyone, but the giant snake appears and swallows some guests in front of the students. The rest run to escape, while the smaller snakes spread throughout the school attacking the students. Shook sees the chaos on the surveillance cameras and rushes to help the remaining students. He directs them to the bus lot, but the giant snake is waiting for them there, attacking and swallowing more students. He instructs Moana to get the other students to safety while he goes to rescue the others. She helps her classmates escape, but they are unable to reach the bus lot and must return to the school building. Shook manages to get some students to a safe area inside the school, but Moana is missing. He searches and finds her behind a glass and locked metal door. As he tries to open it, the giant snake attacks him, but he manages to grab its tail in his teeth and escape. Another security guard appears, quickly pulling Moana to safety, then enters the school and locks the metal door behind him, protecting everyone from the snakes. They start thinking about a way to get out of this building and reach the next one nearby because it's safer. Then they notice a wire stretching between the rooftops. They climb onto the roof and carefully pull themselves along the wire, while the giant snake waits below, thinking they're still inside the building. At one point, their friend Char's phone falls from his pocket and hits the snake on the head, alerting it to their presence. The snake tries to strike them, but Shook manages to dodge it. Unfortunately, part of the wire breaks, causing them to lose momentum, and they fall into the building they were trying to reach. They break through a window but manage to land safely without injuries. Inside, they begin searching for the trapped students. Shook focuses on finding Moana first, which embarrasses him in front of the others. Chubby tells the students still inside the building that the police will arrive soon to rescue them and instructs them to stay put until help comes. Shook and Moana keep searching for any equipment that could help, and they find a student named Missy and her friend Kuz exiting a room. They bring them along to the place where the other students are gathered so everyone can regroup. Later, Cho arrives with a large bag of casual clothes, telling the students they need to change to move faster and escape more easily. They try to call the police for rescue, but they're shocked to learn that help won't arrive for another 5 hours. The students feel hopeless, but Cho offers to take them in his car, which is big enough for everyone. They agree and leave with him, despite his warnings that it's dangerous because the giant snake is waiting outside the school. Cho runs with the students to the car lot, but the giant snake attacks again and swallows one of the girls. They keep running, eventually reaching the 4th floor of the building, where they find the snake holding one of their classmates, coiled around her. Someone tries to rescue her, but Cho convinces her there's no chance, and quickly pulls her to safety upstairs. The giant snake doesn't give up. It follows them into the 4th floor, forcing them to run past smaller snakes scattered across the floor until they enter a room and lock the door. The students use bed sheets to fashion a rope, lowering themselves safely out of the 4th floor window. Meanwhile, Cho secures the door to keep the snake out, but its strength allows it to crash against the door and leap toward them from the window. They finally make it into the school cafeteria, catching their breath for a moment. Cho helps the students into his car despite the danger. Unfortunately, one of their friends is killed by the snake before they can save her. The snake continues to chase them, so they hide inside the food and beverage storage freezer. The cold makes it hard for them to breathe, and their body heat is concealed, so the snake doesn't detect them. When it doesn't find them, it stops searching for a while. They head out of the cafeteria, and Shook takes the opportunity since the giant snake has left as well, trying to get himself and the others out. But he notices the smaller snakes are still blocking their path, so they retreat back inside. Shook lowers the freezer's temperature even further, making it colder than before. He endures the cold because it helps calm the small snakes, which wrap themselves around and start to fall asleep. They carefully make their way out, but as they move among the snakes, Moana falls, and the snakes begin to cover her. Shook tries to remove them gently, but one bites him. Despite the pain, he manages to carry Moana and the other students to the school clinic. Inside, because venom is spreading through his body, Moana has no choice but to absorb the poison until Chubby regains consciousness. Once Chubby wakes up, he tells everyone that 5 hours have passed since they first called the police, and they should be on their way. Jai tries calling the police again, only to be shocked when he's told they won't arrive until morning due to other emergencies. Cho yells at everyone, saying waiting is pointless. If they wait, the snakes won't wait for them either. They must find an exit immediately. He starts planning a route to the parking garage so they can get to Jai's car. They grab some supplies from the clinic to help them along the way. One of the girls notices that Jai is hiding a syringe, and they enter a classroom alone. The girl tells Jai she knows his car only fits one person, and she wants to ride with him. He agrees and holds her close. Her friend, standing behind the glass, sees them but is left outside. Suddenly, the giant snake appears behind the girl. She pushes it toward Jai's companion, and the snake swallows her. The snake then chases the rest of the group. They run, descend to a lower floor, and exit the building, but the snake keeps following them. They reach the security car, which has multiple seats, and everyone jumps in. Cho fires a gunshot to distract the snake while Chubby jumps onto the car to reach the garage. The snake continues pursuing them. Due to the car running out of fuel, they have to exit and run to the garage, with the snake still on their tail. When they reach the garage, they are shocked to find the car uncovered with only 2 seats. They get frustrated and argue with Cho before he tries to escape alone. Jai drops the syringe on the ground and takes his companion to the car to get in together. Unfortunately, the snake is waiting outside. True to the pattern established throughout the film, the snake grabs Jai's companion and swallows her. Moana and Chubby support another girl and help them escape. Halfway through, Jai's leg goes numb from the effects of the sedative, causing him to fall, which slows them down. The snake catches up again, but one of the girls hits it with a firework to give Shook and the others a chance to escape. They enter the school storage area. The structure collapses slightly, but they continue running. Shook tells them that simply running from the snake won't work, they need to eliminate it entirely. They gather fireworks from outside to attack the snake. They go out and ignite one in the air to distract it. The snake takes the bait and goes toward the source. Suddenly, the rest of the group appears, all holding fireworks, and they start striking the snake. The snake screams from the burns and pain, thrashing around, hitting the girls nearby. They continue attacking from inside and outside until the snake falls to the ground, badly burned. Unfortunately, their joy is dampened by concern for Cho, but then an unexpected surprise occurs. Shook emerges from the snake unharmed. It turns out he had been standing inside its body to avoid falling into its stomach. Moana rushes to him and hugs him with relief. Cho and the rest are safe, and they hear the sound of alarms. Morning has arrived, and rescue teams finally reach them to save the survivors of the disaster. And that's where the movie ends.